Hey there. So I am excited because I finally have done something that I've wanted to do my whole life and never could do before. And that is hula hoop. I just for some reason lately have had it in my mind that I wanted to try to hula hoop. Because I've just never been able to do it. Every time I ever tried, it never worked. I just never could. I couldn't even get it to go around one whole time without it falling to the ground. And so lately I've been watching a lot of videos on it and was really surprised to see that there's like a lot more than just, you know, trying to spin a hoop around. I mean, there's actually, you know, things that you need to be aware of when you're trying to do it. So anyway, I've been trying to, you know, learn how to hula hoop, and I did not go out and buy a hoop. I decided to make my own because I watched a lot of videos where it was showing how you can make one, and I thought, wow, I could easily do that. And they did say that, you know, you have to get the right size hoop for it to work for you. And when you're a beginner, you can't use a small one. You need to use a larger size hoop, and one with a little bit of weight to it as well, so that it's not going so fast. Anyway, there's a lot to it that I just never knew when it came to this. So so I decided to make my own, and I'm going to show it to you. This is the big one that I made. It's really pretty. You can't really see the whole thing because it's very large. I mean, it's a very big, it's a very large hoop. But it seems to be a very good size for me, and I've actually been able to do it. I'm not great at it yet, but I'm getting better every day because I've been practicing a lot, and I'm actually getting halfway decent at, you know, keeping it going for a good minute or two at least. So it's a good start. But I really enjoyed making this hoop. It really was not that hard to do. I mean, it's not perfect by any means. You know, some of the spacing isn't that great on here for the tape and everything, but the cool thing about making your own is that you can customize it to whatever you want, because the hoops that they sell here in town are not that great. I mean, for one, they're not really the right size for me, and two, they look really dumb. So I just said, no, I'm just gonna make my own. And to my surprise, it's really cheap. I mean, this literally, to make this entire hoop, was like a little less than $5. Okay, so that is like nothing. And then after I made this big one, and I've been playing around with it, I decided I wanted to make some smaller ones to use on my hands, you know, to do like different hand things with, because there's a lot of really cool tricks and stuff you can learn eventually. I mean, I don't think I'll learn anything yet since I just started. So I went out and got more stuff to make 2 more hoops. Well, I made one and ran out of the tape. What I was originally going to do is I was going to make this pink and blue, but the blue tape that I bought turned out to be like a painter's tape or something. It wasn't right. I couldn't tell what I was buying at the time. So anyway, it was wrong. I couldn't use it for this, so I just used what I had left over for the pink tape, so that I could make, you know, this. And this is like a smaller sized tubing, and it's not as heavy because this other one is larger and it's heavier, which I need for doing waist hooping. But for this, I needed, something that's not as heavy and, it doesn't have to be so big. But anyway, but I didn't have enough tape to do both hoops. So I figured I would just make a video and show you, but I can tell you right now, when I'm doing the first part of the taping, which is going to be the sparkly tape, it is not easy to work with, and all the videos I watched on it basically said the same thing. It is really difficult to work with. And so I almost hesitated to even do it, but this is what the hoop looks like before you tape it up. This is irrigation hose tubing. I don't know exactly what you call it. It's irrigation tube that I got at the hardware store. And then I'm not going to pull this apart because you have to actually heat this up with a heat gun or a hair dryer. I used a heat gun because we happen to actually have one. But you heat it up to get the little coupler, whatever you call it, to go in there. It's the little piece that goes in to connect them together. So it's in there, and I don't want to take it apart to show you what it looks like. But anyway, that's all you need to make the hoop. And you don't even have to put tape on. I mean, you can use it just like it is, but obviously, it's a lot prettier, I think, if you have the stuff for it. So I went out today and I bought the tape and everything I need, which is basically just a masking tape, or it's not a masking tape. It's more like duct tape. I guess this is kind of like a duct tape type, but it's pink. And then I have the sparkly tape, and from what I saw in the videos where people show you how to make them, they always tell you to use the sparkly tape first before you use this other tape. So, and I can kind of see why, because it's like when you drop this and stuff, it gets really beat up and it gets messed up, and this sparkly tape's going to get damaged probably a lot easier than the duct tape does. But anyway, I found some sparkly tape that thankfully they had a couple of rolls of. And hopefully I can make this one fit this, because the other one I just barely had enough for this other one, and I was like, oh no. So hopefully I space it well enough to get it to fit. To get this stuff. I don't know what this tape is that they have on here. It's very strange, but hopefully I'll be able to show you what I'm doing. It's kind of let's see, wait. Okay, yeah, see, they mess it up. It's like because they put all this stupid brown tape on here that doesn't come off, you end up having to cut off a whole strip of this stuff. It's like this whole piece gets wasted. So anyway, but yeah, this is really hard to work with because there's a backing on it that you have to peel off, and while you're taping it, it's kind of complicated. So I hope this works out okay. I'm going to show you. Hopefully you can see that all right. I'll try to. I have the autofocus on so that hopefully you'll be able to see it. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's pretty. It's a really pretty sparkly tape, and then this other is just a plain pink, but it looks nice here. Or maybe you can see it on here a little bit. but it was a little harder to do this smaller one with this size tape. I wanted to find a skinnier, just the solid tape. I wanted to get skinnier tape, but I couldn't find any. So I'm gonna have to just use this, but that's okay. It'll match with the other one. And I'm gonna use this black electrical tape to go over this piece where it connects, just to kind of fix that. But let's see here. Hang on. I'm hoping this will work out for you to see it. I'll adjust the camera here in a second. Let me get this on here, and then adjust the camera. All right, so that's on there, and let's see. All right. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to see what I'm doing okay. I just don't have the greatest setup for some things. And I've been hesitating on making a video like this because I thought, I don't know. I mean, I almost didn't do it at all. I kind of thought maybe I wouldn't. And I am going to put on my glasses because I need to be able to see. I need to get some real glasses because these are just reading glasses that are not great. Hopefully I can get this going okay. I hope I'm going to be able to see what I'm doing because I don't have a lot of light in here. I mean, I have an overhead light, but I don't know how well that's going to work for video. Anyway, so yeah, this is the complicated part. We'll see what happens. But you have to put this on here kind of in an angle, and then you smooth it around. Oh gosh, yeah, see, it's like so complicated. Because you don't want it too close to each other. You need to like space it, and that's where it can be tricky because you've got all this, you know, you're trying to work with this, and it's like you can cut off pieces, I guess, but then you run the risk of it not really doing right. I don't know. This is complicated. So let me just make a disclaimer. At the moment, I'm intending on doing this for you to watch. But if for some reason you're seeing me do this and then suddenly this is done already and you didn't see me actually do it and you're seeing me get to the next step, it's because it didn't work out very well and I just said never mind. And then I moved on to the other tape, and so I'll not film all of this if it doesn't work out. So I just figured I'd throw that in there. I'll try to make this work, but it's really very complicated, and so I don't know. See, it's like already, it's like not wanting to, that's too close together. Let me start over. Sheesh. Shouldn't be starting over right at the beginning. Okay, hang on. Okay. So you want to like pull it and angle it and smooth it at the same time so that you're hopefully not getting a bunch of like bubbles or crinkles in it. So it's like you want to smooth. I'm sure there's probably a little bit better of a way to do this, but oh gosh, okay, hang on. See, this is why I hesitated in doing this. I do like making them though. I mean, it's like if you can get past this complicated part, it really is pretty cool to make your own. And I do like that you can, you know, make it the way you want. You know, you can make it whatever colors you want. And it's just a matter of what tape you find. See, and then that's the other thing, you get tape that gets stuck. And you have to unstick it, and you try not to bend it. And along the way, you want to tear off some of these excess pieces. I mean, I'm trying to do it the way I saw these other people do it, and they're professionals. The ones I watched, they're actually professional hoopers. And this one guy, his channel is called Hoop Smiles, and he is actually an ex-professional hoop maker. I really like his videos. And then there's a woman that I've been watching, and she also has made, she said thousands. She's literally made like thousands and thousands of hoops. And she was talking about how complicated this is, and I watched her making hoops. She's Deanne Love. So, but yeah, I'm just really excited because, I mean, it's kind of like a goal. I'm going to be 53 in December. And so I kind of made a goal that I wanted to learn how to hula hoop before my birthday. And I mean, I've kind of learned already, just in a couple of days, but I'm not, you know, I'm not very good at it yet, obviously. But I can say that I've been able to do it more. See, you're not even able to see this hardly. It's really complicated. I've been able to do it more than I ever have in my entire life. So that's cool. So I'm not sure how much y'all can see this. And yeah, and I'm sure some of you might look at this and go, well, I think it looks cool just like that. And it does. I mean, it does kind of look cool just to have the sparkly tape wrapped around and not add any other tape to it. But the reason I do is because, I mean, this is just like an irrigation pipe, which apparently is the right type of pipe to get tubing. It's the right kind to get to make these things. But there's like writing on it, and you know, it's just, I don't know. I'd rather dress it up, you know, because too, it's like, you know, if you've got something that is really pretty, to me, it makes me want to use it more. You know, but I'm excited about using it anyway. I've actually been trying it so much lately that I'm really sore. And I only started this day before yesterday. So, I mean, literally, this is like day 3, I think. Yeah, this is like day 3. I started it on August 31st, 2020. Today is September 2nd. Hang on a second. So let's see, September, October, November. So 3 months from today is my birthday. My birthday is on December 2nd. So 3 months from today is my birthday. So that's my goal, to really be able to hoop. Like I know what I'm doing. Gosh. I don't even know if you guys are going to end up seeing this. I may look at this video after I'm done and go, oh no, this is a nightmare. I mean, like the videos where, you know, I've watched someone else making these, they fast forward through all of this so that you don't have to sit and watch the entire thing. But I figured this is ASMR, so maybe you'll want to watch it. I don't know. I don't have much room here to work with, though. Alright, let's see. Hoping that I'm spacing this okay. I really wish that this solid pink tape, I wish it were not so, crap, oh dear, I wish it weren't so thick or wide, because I feel like it covers up so much of this sparkly tape. I'd really like for it to not do that, but I feel like y'all aren't seeing this because it's too low. Trust me, when I get to the other tape, it is so much easier to work with. This is just complicated because it's got this backing on it, so you can't, it just doesn't work as easily. But it is very satisfying to me to be making my own hoops. I don't know, there's just, it's very gratifying. It's really, I don't know. It's like when I got done with that first one that I did, the big one, I was so proud. I really was. I was very proud. It's like, not only had I never hula hooped in my entire life, but here I was trying to learn on a hoop that I made myself, you know. And so that was really cool. Good Lord, y'all. I ain't even halfway around yet. Because the other thing is, like, this can be very time consuming. So I really want this one to look nice. See, I mean, it looks really cool so far. It's just, you know, kind of complicated. Alright, let me try to untangle some of this mess. Eek. And it's hard because you don't want to mess up the tape trying to do this. It's all wound up with each other. Great, great. This video may end up being me cutting all this out and just showing me putting on the other tape. This is just complicated. I just can't figure out why it is. Sometimes it seems like I try to do it like the same every time I go around. It's like sometimes it's the spacing is wider, and sometimes it's narrower. It's like I don't know how I'm getting it not spaced right, but oh well. I'm doing the best I can, even considering that these are the first hula hoops I've ever made in my life. I don't think it's too bad. If I have a mess, I have to try to figure out how I can unhook all this. Okay, nearing the end. Somehow I doubt all of that's going to be on the video, but okay, we're right at the end here. Oh well, that's going to have to be good enough. All right. Okay. Okay, so that was a bit of a nightmare, but it's not bad. Looks pretty good. It does seem a shame to cover up so much of this sparkly tape, but it really does get messed up pretty fast. When it gets banged up and stuff. So you really do have to kind of use this other tape. I'm sure I'll probably be making more of these in the future. Or redoing these, you know, because at some point they'll get all messed up and this off. Okay, so now we're going to start this process. This is so much easier. Okay, so again, start at an angle, and with this one, because this does not have a paper backing on it, this you just go, you pull so that it, you know, hopefully is covering up the spaces that you want to cover. So usually once you get it started, it goes pretty well. It's just that initial getting it started. I just pulled my tape off. Okay, so with this one, you want to keep this roll right up here, and that makes it so much easier. It's like if only that other tape were the same way, this whole thing would just be a lot easier of a process. Oops. You don't want to do that. You just want to keep it as close to the thing as you can, because it really does make it so much easier. But see, I'm like, somehow I'm ending up covering up all of my sparkly stuff, and I don't want to do that. I'm not a professional. Maybe at some point I will be, but for right now, I'm not. Well, I'm just going to have to deal with it. It's just going to be the way it's going to be. Again, you know, pull it tight, smooth it down. I'm almost thinking that the next time I make some of these like this, that are the smaller ones, I'm kind of thinking I may just skip the sparkly tape altogether, because it just seems like it's just getting completely covered up by this other tape, because it's so wide. I mean, you know, a little bit of the sparkly stuff does shine through, but it's going to get all beat up anyhow. Every time you drop it and stuff, it just, you know. Yeah, it seems like that other one that I did seems to have more of a, seems like there's more space in between. I don't know. I don't know why. It seems to just, I don't know. I'm sure that I'll probably learn better ways of doing this as time goes on. I do wish more of the sparkly was showing. But, oh well. Trying to have this up here so that you can see it. And unfortunately, it's like I went around town looking for tape, and it seemed like the only tape I found was like the same no matter where I went. It's like there wasn't really a whole lot of options. And they had like a lot of different colors, but they didn't really have a lot of different, like the sparkly stuff. I was lucky that I even found this, because most of the sparkle tape is like this. Very, very narrow. It's like really narrow, and so it just really was not going to work. And so I was lucky that I found what I did. Ugh. I'm just not very happy about the fact that this is so wide that it's just not showing very much of this through. I'll get better at it. order some tape online for future projects. There's probably people going, oh man, I wouldn't have put that extra tape on there because it looked really cool the other way. But trust me, it's just not gonna, it's just gonna look even worse once I drop it a couple of times. Always seems like right when I get towards the end is when I have issues. But here we are. We have made it to the end. Okay. So there you have it. It's not perfect, but hey, at least now I have two that I can do hand stuff with to go with my big one. So there you go. If you ever want to make a hula hoop, they're pretty easy. It's just that sparkle tape can be a bit of a hassle, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I may at some point make some videos of me hula hooping. I don't know. I'm not promising on that, so we'll see what happens. But thanks for joining me for hula hoop making, and I hope to see you again real soon. I'll be getting back to some more normal videos, hopefully really soon. So thanks again, and happy tingles, everybody. Bye.